All right, let's get going here. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Albert Clark, and I am the creator of the Home Actions e-relationship program. And I've been stuck in this side of the business, the stay in touch side of real estate, for about 28, 29 years. 20 years ago, I built the first ever electronic newsletter for agents, and I've been stuck in that side of the business ever since, because everywhere I go, we find agents that need to do a better job at staying in touch. So our theme of the day is doing a better job of staying in touch, because I believe in the back of our minds, we always know we should have a very thorough, very robust communications platform in which to communicate with our past clients, our friends, our prospects, whatever. So that's what we built right now. And for the last 2 years, we've been endorsed by ROG because they were going to build an electronic newsletter for agents. But once they scoped it all out and they talked to everybody in the industry, they all said, just go talk to Albert, okay? He's got a white labeled version of this product, which is exactly what you guys need. So what we've got and what we ended up with is called Home Actions. And it's in every 2-week, highly branded e-newsletter. We provide all the content and everything else. Again, these are the reasons why we do things differently around here than anybody else, any other email marketing firm. And this is exactly what ROG wanted, okay? Flexibility, low cost. They wanted effectiveness, hyper local. We know what content consumers want because we send out about 5 million newsletters every month. Okay, so we know when they get open, the best time of day to send them content. What do the consumers want? And really, at the end of the day, and you'll hear me say this a couple times, no chicken pot pie recipes, no moving day tips. Okay, that typical realtor fluff. Now let's get down to the heart of the matter here. Getting in touch requires having a current, and staying in touch requires having a current database of all your contacts. Now, if I was in front of you, a group of agents, I would say, put your hand up if you've got a thorough, clean, current database of everybody you've known in the last 5 years. Nobody put their hands up. And why not? Well, Clark, you put your hand up. Is that you're pretty good? Hold on a second. Let me go over here and did you put it in the chat room? Well, Clark, if you've got a thorough, current, clean database, man, you're that 1 out of 10. Trust me. So these are all the systems and others that we can go into and export your contacts, clean them up, run them through spam filters, checking out which ones are bad. We actually pay an outside service to verify all these email addresses. And then we come back and we give it to you so you could take anybody off the list you want. So you have total say as to what goes in the newsletter and who gets the newsletter. Okay. Any questions yet? You can drop them into the chat box at the top. I appreciate that. And there will be time at the end of this for, specific Q&A. So this is just an example of some of the newsletters that go out every 2 weeks. So 4 days before the every 2-week launch of your newsletter, you're going to get an email. It's going to say, hey, Megan, do you want to have Home Actions add a listing, a just sold, a testimonial, open house, whatever you have, your Angie's List? We will publish for you because you own the first 5 articles in every edition of the newsletter. So right now, as you can see, Megan's only using 1 there. She put her house on the house that she had the listing. We put that in the newsletter. Now, as I'm showing you these newsletters, keep in the back of your mind one of our defining features. What we call alerts. And alerts is the ability for us to push a button on any of these articles, and we'll tell you 30 seconds after somebody engaged with your newsletter and click the particular article, because you want to jump on that engagement. If on the second article there, you see people wanting to know what's sold down the street, wouldn't that be a good conversation starter? Hey, Ellen, I see you got my newsletter. Do you need help interpreting that data? Well, we've got that kind of data in the newsletter, because if it's one thing consumers want to know, and keep this one in the back of your mind, they want to know what's sold down the street as soon as possible, okay? So as soon as these things happen, we can be able to track that and get an article in your newsletter. Okay, so on the next slide, you'll see just different graphics at the top. We customize everything, the color, the look. So every 2 weeks, we provide 7 or 8, 9 articles. You don't have to do anything. This can be set it and forget it for you. Somebody's going to make you look good every 2 weeks. And all you have to do is help us build that database. We're going to do everything else for you, because you probably don't have time to do it correctly or on time. So we'll do it for you. And again, every article is tracked. We know who got what, when, what they clicked on, what they shared, what they downloaded. And we're going to show you these really cool metric reports coming down the slide here. Okay, so over on the right-hand side, you'll see Christy, what's sold down the street. So Christy has us go into, we show her how to do this, pull out these reports from RPR, Realtors Property Resource. I think everybody down there has it. If not, we'll get you signed up for it. It's free. And it allows you to pull live data right out of the MLS and pretty it all up. On the right-hand side there, you'll see another sold on 181st Avenue. Well, she wants to put in every one of the newsletters, she puts in houses she just sold and houses she just got listed. And we tell her 30 seconds later who clicked on it. Okay, so it's engagement on what we call predictive articles. Now, we all know you don't need 20% anymore for a down payment, right? But a lot of your customers, clients, prospects, friends think you do. So we're going to dispel some myths here in the industry, but also we're going to make this a conversation starter. And I would say, wouldn't you want to talk to 20 people that are trying to find down payment money? Well, that's what we do, because 20 will tell you who the 20 are that clicked on the article. Or this one, you could run with this one today, even without subscribing to Home Actions. This is what we call, bait. When somebody opens this article, they opened it for a reason. They probably don't know how much equity they have in their home. They know it's good, but they don't know how much. So if they have to go to realtor.com and Zillow to find that out, no, we don't want them doing that. We want them doing all this research in front of you, not behind your back. So as you can see there, we tell people to click on the newspaper. Well, as soon as that happens, 30 seconds later, you find out who probably needs to figure out how much equity they have in their home. Maybe a quick CMA, maybe a full-blown CMA, whatever you want to do. That's why we call this content that turns into conversations, because you know what just happened. So of those 5 articles that you get to publish in every week, every 2 weeks, these are just some of the things that we can put in for you. And there's no extra charge for any extra content, any of the reports that we generate, any of the conversation starters, referral systems. It's all built in. Okay, and we'll show you down the bottom there, the last 2, the Small Business Showcase Teacher of the Month. We'll show you that in a couple seconds, how that works to build public relations. Now, we're really good. Now, again, if I was in the office there, I would put, say, raise your hand, and Clark, see if you got this one. How many hits did you have on your website yesterday? Anybody know that? I doubt you would even know where to go to find that out, okay? Because agents don't have a game plan for getting people to their website. So let's say you have 500, 600, 700 email addresses in the Home Action system. We're going to link people from the newsletter to valuable sites on your website, valuable pages, okay? We don't have a property search engine in the newsletter, but we'll link it to yours, right? Because we want them searching on your side so you can eventually get them into your sync or any CRM system you're using. Okay, on the right, you'll see my listings, about me. We could change those up. We can, you get up to 7 of those links there. And what we'll do is we'll work with you before your newsletter goes out. What pages on your website do you want us to promote? It's very simple. But as you can see, you're going to have many more impressions with your newsletter than you are with your website. Okay, I'll guarantee you that. So this is how an example of how RPR would work. You just give us a bunch of zip codes. We'll show you what buttons to push. We'll bring these reports right into your newsletter. And of course, as soon as somebody clicks on this, ding, ding, you find out about it. Now, if you could talk to 10 people a day that are trying to do this research, you're going to have a lot of opportunities here for a conversation. I'm not saying I'm going to deliver hot leads. I don't use that term in business. I'm talking about conversation starters, the ability to pick up the phone and call somebody that you haven't talked to in years because you've had nothing to say. Perfect example is the monthly market report. Now, you guys get this if you're using the ROG website, you have this for free. But I would gather that nobody's using it properly because you need to find the zip code of the clients, prospects, and friends. Now, I know realtors aren't good collecting email addresses. They sure aren't good collecting zip codes. So what we do is we say, what zip code do you want to be a hero in? And then give us those 10 zip codes and we'll pull these reports automatically and put them right in your newsletter. People that are digging into these reports, they're digging into them for a reason. They want to know what's going on this particular side of the market. And that's what you're going to give them. And you know they're interested in the market. Why? Because they just clicked on your market reports. So you don't have to worry about collecting zip codes to make this thing valuable for you. Hometown Small Business Showcase. Now, we all know if you can help small businesses recover from the pandemic, you're going to score a lot of PR points in your local territory. So what we do is we give you the option, again, no charge, just the option to have us work with you and come up with 5 or 10 small businesses every 2 weeks or every month, how often you want. And we'll build sort of a showcase for them with all these small businesses you see on the right-hand side. Now, the idea here is to scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. This is a referral building opportunity for those of you that want to get referrals out of the small businesses in your town. So again, anytime you can help small businesses, it's going to work for you. Anytime you can help teachers, right? So we don't have this program running now during the summer, but we're going to kick it back up in the fall. What Eddie does is just ask the readers of his newsletters if they know a teacher that went, way beyond expectations and is a great teacher. Eddie pulls out a $20 Starbucks card, and next thing you know, Eddie's getting a lot of PR points because he's supporting teachers. He's supporting small businesses on the right-hand side, just like Amy's doing. Amy gives us, she's into animals, so she's got the pet care, the dog walkers, she's got the animal hospitals built right into her newsletter. Again, this is how you score great PR points. You do stuff out of the ordinary. On the left-hand side, this is proof that we actually make you or portray you as an advocate. I don't know, but if you guys have time to go to the Consumer Product Safety Commission every day and see what dangerous products are being recalled. Well, we do, because we want to portray you as that homeownership expert, that advocate, watching out for dangerous products in the home, watching out for scams hitting our senior citizens. Down the bottom, helping all your consumers understand all these new prop tech ideas. We all know there's a problem with Credit Karma because they say, here's your score, and that might be a 650, and by the time you get the FICO, it's 595. Well, what happens? Well, Credit Karma is not giving you a true credit score. They're giving you a ballpark, okay? And consumers need to know that, because when it comes time to purchasing, somebody's going to get upset, right? So here you are educating your consumers. Now, this is pretty cool here. We all know if you don't ask for referrals, you don't get them. So what we have is the ability, after every article gets opened, we ask the readers of your newsletter to score this. Tell us how you liked it. Now, this one came in this morning, as you can see, July 26th. Today's the 26th, yeah. And somebody read an article about if they're considering buying a new construction home. Okay, because we had an article in the newsletter about a new, the ins and outs of buying new construction. Well, this reader must be interested in some aspect of it because they like the article. It's worth sharing. Do they know somebody thinking about buying or selling a home? You know who it is? Them. They're the ones that are interested in buying a new construction home. So this is what we call, again, a conversation starter. 30 seconds after this happens, you find out about it. And that's the cool feature here that a lot of other email marketing companies that are just throwing out recipes and moving day tips, that's what they believe works. We don't think so. We think hard-hitting, impactful information that is literally predictive. Somebody's interested in a new construction home. Well, maybe you're representing 2 or 3 home builders, right? There you go. Again, content drives the conversation. Everything I've shown you so far is what we call exclusive. So we know that at the end of the day, if you have something that no other agent in town has, or no other agent in your office has, and I'll preface this, what I mean is, once the email addresses we put in the system for you, they become exclusive. The realtor next to you in your office can't get those email addresses in their home actions because they're already taken. Agent A beat Agent B to the punch. Now, if the consumer unsubscribes from the first agent's newsletter, the second agent always gets the newsletter automatically. We'll switch that over to you. So you can ask some questions if you want in a little bit about the exclusivity feature. But this is what we call exclusive relationship capital, because none of the agents in town or across the country can attack your database. There's an entire social media game plan built in here, right? You'll never run out of content for social media. We can show you how to get your newsletter on social media, your whole newsletter, or just a few articles, or any articles in our library. We have 1,400 articles, all related to homeownership, real estate, consumerism, and we just call that, opportunities, if you will. Okay, so we got your game plan all set up for social media. Now, the extensive metrics, after your newsletter goes out, I'll be calling you after the first few launches. because you have the right to cancel this thing after the first few launches and get your money back, okay? So what this shows you is the fact that we had 615 people on the left-hand side down the bottom there. 615 opened it at least once, but a total of 1,016 opens. Well, what does that mean, total opens? What I'm going to tell you is, and no one else has this stat in the industry, half of your readers are going to open your newsletter multiple times. And how do we know that? We track everything. So you know who your frequent flyers are. You know what articles are important, or you know what articles got clicked on the most. Okay, so half of your readers found our content, well, not our content, your content, to be of such high quality and value, they save it in their inbox. And as they go up and down their email 500 times a day, like you and I do, they're going to see your name in your subject line. So you're going to be stuck in their inbox for about a week. Do you know how many impressions that is? How many times they see your name? It could be in the hundreds, okay, as they go up and down their email before they throw the email out a week from now or 10 days from now. So then we're going to be able to show you what articles that resonated well. Look at the middle red arrow there. 28 people wanted to know what sold down the street. I'll tell you about 11 or 12 of them are doing hardcore research on buying or selling right now. That's what the NAR tells us. When people bang on that kind of information, they're interested in that topic and they want to know what's sold and they want to know it soon. And these are your frequent flyers. Who opens up everything we sent? So these are readers that have opened it 46, 38, 34 times since the agent put them in their system. If you click on the blue email address, we'll show you all the articles that that particular reader read. So you know who your frequent flyers are. You know who reads, we call it allegiance, obviously, because when we send something to consumers, we want them to open it. Now, competing against Zillow, these are the reasons why people run to Zillow, right? And if they start doing this stuff, researching on Zillow, they're probably not going to come back to your website. So what did we build? We built a system called the Neighborhood 360. And that allows everybody got a copy of the Neighborhood 360 about 2 hours ago. So I just took a random listing on your website, pulled up a report, and sent it to you to show you the depth of the, what we call it, a deep data dive on any address anywhere in the country. So we have, statistics left and right all over the place on how's the market doing. If you want to just do market stats, you can do it just like this, and we'll put in all your zip codes where you want to be an expert. But as soon as somebody clicks that green sold sign, we're going to tell you 30 seconds later that somebody's actually engaging and is looking at this data. Now, we also have a lot of home statistics that are in this in the report that I sent you. Recent home sales, what's my home worth? Down the right on the bottom there, you can do a home price valuation. Up on the top, recent sold homes that sold, right? Here comes a map. There's my neighborhood. There's the houses that sold. Now, we don't pick up on houses that sold yesterday or even as far as going back a week. But we want you, that's because we want you to send them an email saying, hey, Bill, if you need some more information about recent sales up to last night, give me a call. We want to use this data as a conversation starter for you. So this little address up here in Oxford, whatever address we pulled, covers 155 million street addresses. Okay, there isn't a widget like this out in the real estate market, anything close to this. You guys have it, and your competition down the street can't get this. Well, what do you mean by that, Al? Well, I told Nydia that if we were able to do a Zoom here, we would not present this program. We would not go after any of your competitors in your area down there. That means no Coldwell Banker, no Keller Williams, no C21. You guys have this exclusively for probably a month or a month and a half, which will give you, more than enough time to evaluate our program and see if you want to join. So at the end of the day, we know what to send, right? Because we track it on 5 million sends every month. We know when to send it, the best time of day. It'll surprise you, but it's in the afternoon, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We know how to send it. It's got to be very thin, can't be very wide, because 70% of every email getting opened today in the country, in addition to our mail, every mail, 70% are opening it on multiple devices. So your stuff has to look good on mobile. Our stuff looks great on mobile. How to create conversation starters, and then how to lock in exclusive value, because everything I just showed you, we're not going to be able to sell this to any of your competitors for at least a month and a half. And that's valuable because there's only so many email addresses, and you want to get as many as you can from your systems into our system. So there are two ways to subscribe to our program. There's a monthly payment plan and a quarterly payment plan. And Nadia already drilled me down. She said, our agents don't pay setup fees. And I go, well, ours do, because a lot of our work is up front. So through her negotiations, she got us to take out the $99. So you guys don't have to pay the $99 setup fee. If you go to our website, it's $99 for the setup fee and $79 a month. So what we do is took the 79 down to 69 and then dropped it even a bit more down to 65. So what we're asking agents to do is try this out for 1 month for $65. At the end of the first month, if you don't like it, what we delivered for you, because we're going to put 2 newsletters on the street. If you don't like what we deliver for you, you have every right to say, give me my money back, give me my database back. Okay, we will. That happens. Sometimes agents just don't have email addresses that we can collect, so they shouldn't have bought the program. But I don't think for you guys are going to have that problem down there. So the quarterly plan works like this. It's a payment every 3 months. So it comes out to $680 for the year. That's $170 times 4 every 3 months. Again, cancel anytime you want. Next one, compare that to the monthly plan. It's $780 a year on the monthly plan. So you're saving $100 over the year by going with the quarterly plan. But what I'm always worried about as a salesman in the real estate industry is I'm worried about your cash flow. And I would say, which plan is the, economically the best plan is the quarterly plan, but the easiest plan is the $65 monthly plan, because you only have to pay $65 versus $170 if you want to start the program. So try it out for $65. Your risk is obviously minimized. There's no risk at all because you get your money back. So we're asking agents there today to take a look at this system and say, this is something I need. As president of the company, I'm going to be responsible for making sure this works for you, because the last thing I need you to do is go back to Nadia and say, oh, Albert ripped this off. Well, we wouldn't be on this call if Albert was ripping off agents down in Florida. Okay. So let's have some questions about subscription options, or how you can get into this program. Anybody have any questions out there?
Al,
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Did you guys see the video or the PowerPoint?
yeah, we just saw the entire thing.
I don't know why my light's not on my camera then. Wow, okay. Usually there's a blue light on my camera and it's not on there now.
Nope, we saw the entire slideshow.
Oh, okay. All right, let's have some questions, please. Either how the system works, or what it costs, or, policies, procedures.
How would it be if we got a group of agents? Would we be able to get better group pricing?
Oh, all right. Let me, how many do we have on the call here now? We got 12. Let me see what I could do there. Yeah, hold on a second, please. If I can, let me put this down here. Wait a minute, let's get rid of that. Slideshow from current slide. Okay, if I can get 6 agents to subscribe to this, I'll take that 65 down to 55 and save them another $120, because it's $10 times 12 months. So that would, what's on your screen now, Leah?
Subscription options.
Oh, okay. All right. There's my camera's working now. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. But anyway, so we take the 65 down to 55, and that 55 is obviously, guaranteed to work for your first month. We're going to put 2 newsletters on the street, and I'm going to be all over you to get this thing to become successful, right? Because at the end of the day, I think we all know that this is, the kind of feedback or the kind of stay in touch tools that ROG just doesn't have. That's why they endorse us to get into all these offices, because the average agent using our program has 390 contacts, 390 hits every 2 weeks. We're going to go after that crowd. and we're going to deliver valuable content, not junk, not recipes. So does that seem like a better deal, Leah?
Yeah, I think that sounds great. We'll see who's interested and maybe we can.
Yeah, I could send everybody an order form. And let me go to the last slide here. If you want to write down my phone number, it's 570-510-3507. 570-510-3507. And it also works with text. And I'll send you an order form, or I'll send them out, or have Leah send them out. But the offer expires at the end of business in April, which is the end of Friday. Okay, so we're saving you the $99 setup fee, about $160 off the monthly fee from our website, and then an additional $120 from this quantity pricing we just did. So if anybody go up to the chat room right now and just tell me you're interested so we can get near this 6 sales? Because if we can't, if nobody wants this, of course, I'm sorry, if one person wants it, I can't drop it to 55. I can keep it at 65. So are there anybody out there that want to go into the chat room and just put your name in there? Oh, we got it in chat is disabled. Clark, I'm sorry, here's a question of yours. Do we supply all the contacts? Yes, we go into all your systems and we tell you what buttons to push to export all those contacts. Then we just save them as spreadsheets, and then we process them, put them all together, clean them up, take the spam out, spam traps, etc. And then we ask you to take any more. If you want to take anybody off there, you can. So let me see why my chat says it's working now, Clark. I'm sorry. Okay, so anybody have any questions again about the program, about the financing? Anybody want to call me right after this thing we're done, and I could start building your database literally before lunchtime? Okay, that we work fast around here, because that's the most important thing you can do, is get organized when it comes to your email contacts. We're the ones that can help you do that right now. Okay, so if there aren't any more questions, let's just leave 30 seconds here for a chat. If anybody wants to put it in the chat, there's another Q&A. Clark says he has 1,200 as market leader. Okay, Clark, we can get those out of there today, get them cleaned up tomorrow. Get your newsletter out the door probably on Thursday. Wait, what's today? Today's Tuesday, probably on Thursday, if you want. We'll take a listing of yours. We'll highlight your listing. We'll put in one of the neighborhood 360 reports right next to your listing. Okay, Nadia, you got a question there, please? Somebody just put her hand up. All right, Nadia, where'd you go?
I do have a question.
There you are. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So for the neighborhood 360, do you have to have a subscription to like access it yourself without sending it?
Correct. Yeah, well,
Oh,
it's
okay.
part of your home actions plan.
Yeah, because I wanted to know if it's like personal use, so you can actually like study it yourself.
Oh, yes, you can pull up
okay.
any address once you have access to that article in your newsletter. Once you fill out the form, you get the ability to type in any address anywhere in the country.
Okay.
And you could put that widget on your social media. You could put that social media, or I'm sorry, the widget in your podcast. You can put it anywhere on your blog, on your website. You use it as much as you want. It
Can
doesn't
you
have
also
to
get
be
like demographics, or it's just like what's sold?
no. Here, there's all sorts of demographics.
Okay.
Let me pull up a report here for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second here. All right, Firefox. So I'm going to pull up just a random. I got a report already pulled up in Maryland. So let me move this one over. Bookmarks. Columbine Way in Maryland. Okay, so this is when you put in the address or the street name, this is what pops open. All the community stats in the area, demographics, Okay, you could cut and paste these. You can print this report out. You can save it as a link. Test scores, employment, income dollar range. This is the kind of stuff that consumers want to search on. Now let's find out where all the schools are. Of course, we don't tell them what school they're going to go to. We just tell them where all the schools are. Now, this happens to be Montgomery County, Maryland, which I think has the finest schools in the country, because it looks like they have a school every, 100 yards. So over on the right, the parents can dig into there and get all sorts of information. Then let's look at home values, okay? Sales activity, recent home sale price trends, summary of pricing, single family, townhouse, whatever. This is all built into this report, and you can go back to home sales transactions and see what's sold in the area, all sorts of information, square footage. Then we go to the lifestyle section, right? And this is important. Anytime you're answering somebody's question, how is the neighborhood? You've got to include local amenities. So we know where we can go for happy hour. We know where we can go for fine dining. You'll see everything is Yelp review. Okay, all these 5 stars from Yelp there. Okay, so we can go, places for happy hour, dining, shopping. Where are all the coffee shops? Where are all the Starbucks? We've got them all. And then everybody's got to be a pet-friendly realtor these days, right? Because half of your clients have pets. Well, you know where all the pet stores are, the Petco's, the food stores, whatever. This is all reason why somebody reads this about 5.5 minutes, they stay in this report. And then half the time they pull up grandma's house in Kansas City or their friend in, Surfside, Florida, whatever. Doesn't make a difference. All you got to do is click this magnifying glass over here on the right-hand side. Aaliyah, give me an address right now. Any address you have.
Geez, hold on, I gotta pull one up.
Or anybody else, just throw one up to me.
Let me see. All right, this is one of our agents, 11720.
Okay, hold on, I'm sorry. 11720.
Northwest 29 Manor, Manor, Sunrise, Florida.
Northwest, MANNOR.
Manor.
And what city?
Sunrise.
All right, MANOR. Am I logged into the right server? Hold on a second. 11720 Northwest.
Northwest 29 Manor.
There we
Yep.
are. Okay, so we're going to click there. And it just went through 155 million database records, okay? And let's look at the community there. Okay. So again, you could save just the community stuff as a URL at the top. You see this URL at the top that I just highlighted? Just copy and paste that and put it anywhere you want. There's the schools. Okay, and then let's look at lifestyle. Let's go to nice dinner tonight. Let's see what's in the area. Wait a minute, let's go dine, shop. I don't know if I have this one turned on. Shopping, there's all the stores. Let me go back and coffee shops, donut shops, bagel shops, About Time Cafe is only, you'll notice everything is like 2 or 3 miles away from that listing. So again, we're giving them a snapshot. When they ask you, how's the neighborhood? We want you to be able to fish out data like this, because this is all good stuff and it's all Yelp inspired. It's all Yelp backed, okay? So anytime you recommend some places, you don't want to do that without Yelp reviews. This is how it happens. Okay, so as you can see, that record came up, and anybody from anywhere can share this article, share this report, share part of the report on social media or on your website. What we normally like to do is put it in a newsletter, and let me, we put the listing in. I'll show you what we did yesterday for, I don't know if I can pull it up now. Bookmarks. No, Paul didn't have Susan Hotchkiss, Jay Tolman. Let's see what we got here. And this is what we call a dashboard, okay? This is what you'll have. All your tools are all in one spot. All your reports are in one spot. It's very easy to just log in here to see what's going on, see what the newsletter is going to look like. So let's go to newsletter, upcoming newsletter. Her August 4th newsletter is going to look like this, preview newsletter. You can always see in advance what's going to go out. If you don't like what's going out, you could throw the article out, bring your own in, okay? So that's where, you know, you're going to become, you know, friends, first name basis with me, because we're going to talk about 10 times before your first launch. But if you don't want to add anything ever, that's fine. Just sit back and let it go, set it and forget it. Okay, any other questions, please? Anybody else in the chat room, Q&A? How soon will this video be available to view? It should be about 5 minutes, Jacqueline, as soon as we're done. Nadia, chat is disabled. We fixed that. Anonymous attendees. So this doesn't benefit if you don't have a lot of email addresses. If you got around 100 email addresses, this program will work for you, because we're going to show you how to go out and find more email addresses. You can't buy a list, but I could show you how to scrub them from, say, the Chamber of Commerce, your school, soccer mom list, anywhere you see email addresses from now on, you've got something to do with them, right? Instead of just throwing it in your Outlook or your Gmail. Everybody, probably everybody on this call has a Gmail account. So what we want to find out is, we know that anybody that ever emails you, or you have ever emailed in Gmail, is a contact. There'll be a couple hundred right there, right? And if you're a relatively new agent, you came from somewhere else, we can show you how to, you know, if possible, we can get those email addresses out of your former employer. So again, we do our best job to get you the biggest impact, and you get impact because real estate's all about numbers. The more we can get in the system, the more we can nurture, the more we can protect, the better off your numbers. Okay, Clark, I'll send you that address for Boynton Beach. I'll send you that when we're done with the call here. Okay, any other questions, please? Nadia, you got anything? All right, then I will, I'll put my number up here one more time, and then, where's my new share? This one here. And we'll go down the bottom here. So there's my number, 570-510-3507. I'm here for the rest of the day. We'll be building databases for agents there. If you've got a question, give me a call. If you're worried about the money is 100% refundable. We're trying to get you into the game for $55 now, not $65. And Nadia took care of the setup fee, so you don't have to pay that $99. So I will send an email with an order form in it to everybody. And then when I get this video, if you want to call me, I don't want to send the video to everybody, but Aaliyah, you can. And we can go from there. Okay, so if there aren't any more questions, I can shove off here and hopefully pick up the phone and start building some databases for you guys. Hey, Nadia,
Thank you,
one quick
Albert.
question. Nadia, I don't know if you got me in the beginning of, if you signed on in the beginning here, but what I'm finding out is 9 out of 10 ROG agents don't have a clean, reliable database all over the country. And how do we know this? We have 550 ROG agents doing exactly what you're seeing here, this kind of outreach. Okay, so it's not your fault you don't have a database, just no one built one for you. I can do that today. Okay, Nadia, you got that? All right, so again, call me, get me on that number. I'm around all day. We can get this going. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to learn about this. And we'll go from there. And thank you very much and have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Bye.
Okay, thanks, guys.